Okay, at this point, I'm going to click on the big green launch button. This is how we get into the actual EDC itself. I have a couple of different roles available to me in this demo, so I can select monitor or study coordinator. Typically, in an actual build, you'll have access to one role. So we'll go ahead and get into the system as a study coordinator. Here I can see a listing of all of my subjects in the study. I'm also the best study coordinator in the world and I have access to every single site, but in reality, you'll probably only have access to one site. So in this case, I've drilled in and I'm looking just at subject in the United States at the New York hospital. If I don't like this index card view, which has a lot of information, I can click on the list view and I'm going to see the same subjects, but my information is just displayed a little bit differently. So I end up with these columns. Here we have the status, the age, the randomization number, and the inclusion-exclusion date. It's worth noting that those 4 parameters can be customized to be whatever you want that's coming off of an ECRF. This is just a way to help your sites identify and subset subjects a little bit faster. Your progress bar is based on the overall progress of that subject throughout the study lifecycle. And the far right-hand column has some different icons that are showing me the overall health as in regards to queries and issues. So I can see this red letter I, which is telling me that I have one or more issue with this particular subject. And I could click on the subject identifier at this point and open up the patient record and deal with those queries. However, we have a tool built into the system, which I think is so useful for a data manager, for a study coordinator, or for a monitor. And that's called Issues View. We've now opened up the Issues View. The Issues View is going to bring problems with my data to the top of my list and to my attention in an order that's most appropriate for my role. So I'm logged in as a study coordinator. This is a site user responsible for entering data. So the most important thing for me with this role is to deal with missing data. Missing data is not a good thing. We want to get that rectified. So I get a list here. I'm presented with a list here of all of the missing data for all the subjects at the sites I have access to. So let's go ahead and make this list a little bit smaller by looking only at New York Hospital. So at this point, I can just start at the top of my list and work my way down. So if I click anywhere on this bar, I'm going to be brought directly to that patient binder, to the form and visit which has the problem. So if I look down here, I can see that my start date and the ongoing question are both blank. I will then enter edit mode and I could go to my source records and enter the appropriate information, like so. When I click save, these 2 issues are going to resolve and I'm going to return to the issue list. And I can continue on down my list and clean up my data. In addition to missing queries, we'll also see open issues on this particular item, open queries I should say. We can also sort this list to show you your queries. So if perhaps one day you're just going to deal with closing out your queries, you can do so by using this list. It's very simple, it's very intuitive, yet it's very powerful in helping you perform your job much faster and more efficiently.